Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Hi, welcome to Talking Travel with Wendy. I am so happy to have my good friend, amica, Raffaella Bucefalo. I still don't know how to say your last name correctly because I'm Italian.
My name, Wendy, my dear friend, is Bucefalo. That is the name of the Alessandro Magno horse.
Oh.
Okay, so it's not very usual surname in Italy, so it's difficult the spelling.
Say it again in Italian.
Bucefalo.
See, beautiful, just beautiful. So
Okay.
I met Raffa in 2015 when I organized a small group tour to her Agriturismo and cooking school called Let's Cook in Umbria. And it is just outside of Perugia, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about it right now.
Okay, Wendy, thank you to invite me in your podcast. I would like to speak about me, about how create this project of Let's Cook in Umbria. To speak of this, I have to speak a little about of my life. Okay, I like to share my life in two parts. One first life and second life. The first life, in my first life, I was a geologist. I had a PhD in geology in Milan, and probably you don't know, but I worked like freelance researcher in several European countries for 10 years, more or less.
Wow.
And however, this work was very, very stressful and competitive. I travel a lot and I have other dreams for my life.
Yes.
I would like to have a family. I would like to have a more quiet life. My heart was in Perugia, you know, my husband. So I decided around 2000 to left this job and to change life and start my second life. I left the job. I had two children. You know my children. They are now 20, 21 years old. And I come to live in this family farm. This is the farm of my husband family. Me and my husband, years after years, restored the farm. We built 5 lovely apartments to rent, built our home and the pool and the garden, and we live in this wonderful place surrounded by olive groves and vineyards. This is the place where you know. This place in Italy is called Agriturismo. You know that Agriturismo is a strange name because it's a name made with 2 different words, agriculture and tourism. Because we made agriculture and we offer farm stay for guests.
What do you produce at the Agriturismo?
In the Agriturismo, we have 2 hectares of vineyard and we produce an organic red wine with the grapes are Sangiovese and Montepulciano. And during the cooking class, this is the wine that my guests drink. I have fruit. So I made jam with our fruit. I have a vegetable garden, and all the vegetables used in the cooking class are from my garden. And we have 850 olive trees. And we produce
850.
Yes, a lot. And we produce a very high quality extra virgin olive oil because you know that Umbria is one of the most important regions in Italy in this production. When I come to live in this farm, I start to think like to improve my activity. First time I only rent apartment, but then I would like to have more relationship with the guest, increase the relationship. For me, to be connected with people is a very important thing in my life. And so I create Let's Cook in Umbria. I offer experience to my guests, and I use cooking like a personal languages to connect me to the other people.
See,
This is my
and you
history.
speak English, so it's wonderful.
No, no.
I have brought 8 different groups to Raffaella in the past 4 years, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. It is
It's
one of
true.
my favorite.
Very
It is my
passionate.
Umbrian home.
Yeah, it's true. And you are my American sister.
Yes, see. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what people might experience when they come and stay at Let's Cook in Umbria?
Normally, people stay with me when make a tour in Italy, and between Rome and Florence is a very good idea to spend some time in Umbria. Umbria is quiet, respect these two crowd city, and people need a little of quiet after Rome and before Florence.
Yes.
Each morning, people come in my home. I make my cooking class in my kitchen, in my home, because according me, it's very important to give an authentic experience to the guests. Share my home, my kitchen. We take a coffee together. We use the beautiful cup from the Ruta. I want to say you that my menu are made only with authentic recipe. I like to share the recipe of my tradition, of my family. My grandmother was my teacher, and I share with the guests the recipe of my grandmother. In the class is in my home. I have a large, very well, a large open room with a big table where can cook up to 8 people. My class maximum are 8 people. After the cooking, they have a private dining room to eat the result of the class. They eat with my wine. The summer they eat in the garden. I have a beautiful lava stone table. My farm is in Perugia, is 5 kilometers far from the historic city center, even if the countryside. In this part of Perugia, there is not outskirts. I noted that people need also my help for the afternoon. I have a lot of people from America, from Australia. They come without car. And my farm is not well linked with a public bus. You need a car. Some people rent car. Some people need my help. So I organize a tour in the afternoon. I have a very good collaboration with a driver company from Perugia that they are very nice, very flexible, and I organize the activity for the afternoon. Yeah. Guided visit of the main city with a professional guide, wine tours in Tuscany and in Umbria, truffle hunting, cheese testing. So a lot of. I also organized some program concerning event. Important, for example, Euro Chocolate, like you told me, but also Black Truffle Festival in February, the big event of the new olive oil and olive harvest in October, November. So I make program of 4 days. People come, cook a recipe focused in, for example, in the truffle or in the olive oil. And these are very nice programs to know the Umbria.
Tell us about some new projects you've got going on.
Yes, allora, when this is a very strange period. Yes. I had my last group of tourists in February for the Black Truffle Festival. People come, but at the same time we listen very terrible news, and this is the last group that I have in my farm. All the reservation, I was full of reservation up to Christmas, but up to May all are cancelled. In Italy, we start our lockdown 10 March, and I stopped to work, and I had a lot of free time. I had some projects started in advance some years ago. The first project was my cookbook. Okay, last month, I think, I published my first cookbook. It's a book about the pasta shape. And I like to write a book about pasta because during the cooking class, I noted that when arrived the pasta time, people is very happy. When start to mix flour, eggs, to kneading, all the people is completely inside the Italian atmosphere.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there is a big potential in this. I make this book where I speak about several shapes of pasta, the technique, the tool that you need to use to do pasta, and also a little of my memories.
Yep.
The first part of the book, I speak about kitchen tool. You need to do the shape, and then illustrate. And there are also 22 recipes.
Awesome.
For each pasta shape, I presented the different sauce, the sauce that according me is the best for this pasta shape, and also some memories about me, about my grandmother. I made pasta when I was child. A lot what cooking means to me, and okay, a lot of something of me. The title is Sprinkle with Flour, and people can buy in Amazon. My last project, Wendy, is the live online cooking class. When the lockdown started, I noted that a lot of people contact me by mail to ask questions about cooking, to ask new recipe. And I feel that in this period, people like to cook together, and it can be a good time to cook together and to make a new friend. So I start to work in this new project, live online cooking class, to prepare from scratch a 3-course meal, so appetizer, first course, and dessert, under my real-time instruction, so I'm present. And I started to propose this project in 15 days. And yes, I would like to thank you because you give me a lot of support and you push me to do this project. Allora, to do this my online cooking class, what do you need? You need a portable device with camera, with audio and internet connection, and you need to download this and install Zoom application. I send to my guest the instruction to do it. Before the class, when I receive a booking, I send immediately an email to the guest with all the list of the ingredients they need to buy for the class and the list of the kitchen equipment they need. I chose a very simple recipe because I know in this period it's difficult to find some ingredients.
It's getting a little bit better over here. Things are becoming more available, so that should lighten up a little bit. But that's
normally my cooking class are for 5 people.
Okay.
So the group is not bigger than 5. The starting time is 6 p.m. Rome, because I think it's good time for East and West Coast in America.
Right.
The length is about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, depend of the menu, depend of the people. And yes.
And it was perfect because when you gave me the opportunity to cook, we had lunch made. So we had our big meal at lunchtime, which was perfect. And then we had lots of leftovers, so I didn't have to cook dinner either.
Yes, I have also a lot of family that live in several parts of America that reserve a private class. So it's a way to stay together with family, even if it's physical. Eat the same food is like to stay near.
Yes, yeah. And we're all getting creative during this time, but I love that you can have a cooking class with your family on many parts of the world, because you're all united together over really good Italian cooking.
Yes, I have one website, cookingumbria.it, where that is mainly focused in the cooking program in Umbria. I use my social. I have a Facebook page. I have Instagram, and this is a new Wendy. In the last days, I start to prepare a new website. The address is online-cookingclass.com. It will be ready in the next days and is only for online cooking class.
Perfect. So Rafa, you said the classes were about 2.5 hours and that it's personal instruction, small group. It's roughly about $50 to $60 for all the recipes and everything.
Yes, this is the cost. When you want to participate in my class, you buy one ticket. If it's not one ticket, one person, it's
Okay.
one ticket, okay, and include all these copy of the recipe,
Well, and
my
they have
real
direct
time
access.
instruction,
Yeah, they have
and
direct access to you. So if questions arise during the class, they can
yes,
raise their hand and say, wait a minute, I don't understand, like some of us do.
yes, the class can stop in each moment. I say to my participant, I start to teach to you, but if time you need stop, you say, please, Raffa, stop. I stop, and then we go on when all the group is ready. Okay.
So what is going on in Italy now? Are you still having restrictions? Or has anything opened up? Or
No, is all closed in Italy now. Only supermarket and pharmacy, and but we stay at home up to 10 March. We don't have a lot of indication about the second step, the next step.
okay.
We really open. Our lockdown will finish because it's very hard, especially for young people. Stay at home all the day is very hard. 3rd of May, we start the next step. Gradually, probably the shop will open, but we don't have any news how. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I
I
know.
can't tell you
It's
anything.
such a strange time in history right now.
It's a very strange time, and yes,
You
very
know,
strange.
so well, I love you and I am so glad that you're doing this and just giving people the opportunity to connect and learn how to do some Italian cooking during this weird time that we're doing. And hopefully people will be enticed to book future trips so that they can actually meet you in person and fall in love with Umbria just like I have.
Thank you. Thank you to you.
Thank you so much for joining me today on Talking Travel with Wendy, and we'll see you guys soon.
Ciao.